of modern psychology. In Jung's philosophy, dreams are much more than an interesting diversion. They are a portal to the subconscious mind. But for the purposes of this video essay, we're going to focus on just two of his concepts: the personal unconscious and individuation, and how those two relate to each other in Gilliam's work. For Jung, the personal unconscious or subconscious part of the mind expresses itself through dreams, thereby bringing them to the level of consciousness and allowing us an opportunity as human beings to resolve our conflicts and find some level of internal harmony. That resolution is called individuation, and in Gilliam's work we can see these concepts repeated again and again as his heroes try to reconcile their subconscious fears and desires with their waking minds. A case could be made that all of Gilliam's work traffics heavily in dreams, and films from Time Bandits to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas force the viewers and the characters to constantly evaluate what is real and what is not. Other films come a little closer to the meat of this puzzle of individuation. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus has its characters weaving in and out of the dream world and using the commercialized process of individuation in order for a cosmic bet to be settled between God and the devil. In Tideland, our hero Jeliza Rose constructs for herself an entire elaborate universe built from her imagination in order to cope with the myriad traumas in her life. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen show us a man whose fear of death, or worse, irrelevance, keeps the specter of death ever close at hand. The Zero Theorem puts Cohen-Leth in an existential crisis, a search for meaning in a seemingly meaningless existence. For Cohen, individuation comes when he gives in to the idea that perhaps there really is no greater meaning in his life. Allowing himself to literally become part of the chaos allows him the happiness and control that he never had in his waking life. But what I'd really like to focus on is a few films that I think best represent this idea, this individuation, as the driving engine of the film. In 12 Monkeys, dreams, or memories, serve as the animating principle that motivates Cole. He sees this vision again and again and again of an unknown man running through airport security and being gunned down, and he is driven to infer meaning into it. This vision is more than just a dream. It's a memory that is fighting to break free of Cole's subconscious. It is trying to warn him of the impending danger that Cole faces if he continues on his seemingly predetermined path. This dream even takes on the face of Jeffrey Goins after first meeting him in the real world. The conscious mind rewriting the narrative of the subconscious in order to give him a warning, watch it, that will ultimately remain unheeded. The dream world in this film becoming a cyclical loop of memory, history doomed to repeat itself ad infinitum, or at least until someone in insurance can maybe put a stop to it. The Fisher King is probably Gilliam's clearest example of this concept of individuation. Perry, played by Robin Williams, is plagued by visions of his traumatic past and his tortured present. Even his most positive hopes and dreams exist as elaborate fantasies, but his path to individuation goes straight through those dreams. The Red Knight, relentlessly pursuing him, represents all of the hurt and the pain that Perry places upon himself, the guilt he feels for actions taken or not taken, and the fear of the repercussions of those actions. He is literally running from his past, and it is only in confronting that past that Perry can move on to feeling that he is worthy of love and can once again give it in return. Brazil is not only Gilliam's finest work, but it is also probably his most explicitly Jungian use of the dream. The very first time that we meet Sam Lowry, we meet him in the dream world, where he fancies himself as winged and free, flying to his beautiful beloved mystery woman. This stands in sharp contrast to the drudgery of the real world that he lives in, where he exists as little more than a tiny cog in a giant machine that dehumanizes and degrades everyone in it. After a significant promotion and transfer, as more responsibilities start to accumulate in his waking life, the real world starts to invade his dreams, and those subconscious preoccupations push themselves into the conscious mind. As he is consumed by the concerns of his everyday, his dreams are infiltrated by horrific visions of the countless victims of the bureaucracy, or his obsequious boss, Mr. Kurtzman, literally holding him back from his dreams. Even his lady love, so beautiful and so free when his life was simpler, is caged and placed far out of his reach. This subconscious preoccupation gets so bad that his dream life even starts to intrude on his waking life. The film allows Sam his own individuation in the climax by taking the audience on the fantastic and exciting journey of his mind. As the film becomes wilder and more implausible, we see Lowry's truly individuated self, only to have the rug yanked out from under us when we learn that he has retreated fully into his subconscious. Perhaps it's for the best. He seems so happy in there. Remember, Jung believed that dreams are stories that we consciously or unconsciously tell ourselves in order to make sense of the world. And movies are the ultimate storytelling vehicle, with the director as the ultimate storyteller. Just remember the next time as you settle in to watch a Gilliam film that a dream is never really just a dream. It's always much, much more.
It wasn't just a story, was it?